Welcome to Pilates 101. In this quick video, I'm going to share a few tips to help set you up for success during this challenge. Now, I want you to know right off the bat, while I'm going to share a few tips to help you throughout the workouts and throughout the challenge, you do not need to be a Pilates expert, and you do not need to understand everything that I'm sharing within one quick video. Pilates is meant to be a process, a journey. It's something that you learn over time. So I'm going to introduce a few foundational principles here today that will hopefully come up for you during the challenge, and you'll think, oh yeah, I kind of remember when she mentioned that. But again, you do not need to be an expert. You do not need to have years of experience or practice in order to get the most out of this challenge and see results. So first off, I want you to know that there are a few principles in Pilates that are just helpful to keep in mind as you go through the workouts. I won't go into a ton of detail, but just think of things like precision. We want to move with precision. That's something that makes it different from, say, your average workout where you're just kind of powering through the exercises and just doing whatever you can to get it done. In Pilates, we move with precision and intention. We focus in Pilates. That's one of the principles, to focus on our movement, on the position of our body, on how we feel, on our breath. It's basically an opportunity to be very present in your workouts, which provides incredible benefits. It actually helps you to see better results on the mat, but it also improves your energy and your focus and your overall state of mind. We concentrate in Pilates. We concentrate on what we're doing. It's an opportunity to be present and to just focus on you, your body, what you need, and how you want to feel. Flow is another principle that you'll find in Pilates. You'll notice that we flow through the exercises. We flow from one to the next, and we keep moving in an effort to get the most out of our time on the mat. Pilates provides a whole body workout, even if we're focusing on a specific muscle area. Maybe say we're focusing on the glutes or the lower body. At the same time, you're going to be engaging your core. You're going to be using your upper body and aware of your posture. That's how you get such an efficient workout in such a short amount of time. So just keep these in mind as you go through your workout. Precision, coordination, control, balance, concentration, flow. All of this is what you'll find inside your Pilates workouts, and especially here with me at The Balanced Life. So I'm going to share a few quick practical tips, and then I want you to, again, just kind of keep these in mind as you go into your workouts. And remember, your time on the mat is not meant to be a performance. You do not need to be perfect. You just show up as you are, and you work through the process day by day, okay? So let's start first lying down on the mat. So just get comfortable for a minute. Let your shoulders fall open, knees are bent, feet are flat. And we're just gonna talk a little bit about the concept of neutral spine, which you'll hear me talk about a bit in the workouts. So place your hands right on the front of your pelvis. Neutral spine is when you allow for the natural curves of your spine to stay present. So there's a natural curve in the back of your neck, right? You can feel that if you slide your hand there. There's also a natural curve in the small of your back. So when you're in neutral spine, you shouldn't be completely flat into the mat. There should be just the slightest little bit of curve, just barely enough to fit your fingers under there. Now be careful, because some people try to find neutral spine and therefore they actually end up arching their back. And we don't want to do that. That actually pulls us out of neutral and allows for this opening here. So closing the rib cage, just the slightest ability to slide those fingers right under the small of your back. That's neutral spine. Another way to think about that is, imagine I gave you a bowl of water and it's full to the very brim, okay? And you're gonna place it right on top of your pelvis, right here. If you're in neutral spine, it won't spill, okay? So think of that. If you're tucked this way, that bowl of water is gonna spill onto your tummy or onto your chest, okay? Or alternatively, if you're arching too much in the back, the bowl of water is going to spill down between your legs, right? We don't want either of those. We want to stay neutral. Now, that does not mean that we won't move in and out of neutral and roll through the spine and tuck the pelvis and all of these things. But when I say neutral spine, that's what I'm referring to. And we want to start to learn to strengthen our muscles so that we can maintain neutral spine when we do exercises. So here's an example. Think of that bowl of water, maybe even putting your hands right on the side of your hips. Kind of get your hip bones, your pelvis right in your hands there. Bring your right knee up to tabletop. Just notice, did you flatten your back? Did you arch your back? Or are you still in that neutral pelvis? Okay? Draw the abdominals up and in. That's how you're gonna stabilize that core. And can you float your opposite leg up to tabletop as well? Whew, all of a sudden it gets a lot harder to maintain that neutral spine, right? Either you wanna arch or you wanna flatten your back and bring your legs in. So keep the 90-degree angle, and all of a sudden you're getting quite a bit of core work in those deep core stabilizers. Now watch, you can hinge. You can move your thigh bone away and bring it back in without losing that neutral pelvis. It's tempting to lose it and to arch your back, but then we've lost that core connection. So you actually think of hinging at the hip bone, or hinging at the hip crease, I should say. Thigh bone moving away and coming back in, and this simple movement provides a lot of deep core work when you're thinking about neutral spine. Good, so something to think about. Go ahead and give your knees a hug that you'll hear throughout your workouts. And it'll take time to figure out how it feels in your body. The next thing I want to talk about is the movement of our spine. Pilates is really focused on flexible spinal movement to keep you feeling young and active and vibrant. Flattening the back, coming out of neutral spine, rolling up into a bridge, and this is just showing the movement and articulation in your spine. Joseph Pilates used to say, if your spine is stiff, you're old. If your spine is flexible, you're young. It really doesn't matter of your age, it's how you feel. So I can get behind that. So let's go ahead and sit up, and we're gonna talk a little bit about the spine in terms of how we move it. So we talk about articulating our spine like we just did. We're gonna talk about flexion, extension, and rotation. And you'll see these throughout the workout. And don't worry, I'll guide you through it every step of the way. You don't have to memorize any of this. But when I say flexing your spine or flexion, it's the act of flexing your spine forward, okay, and bringing it back to upright. When we talk about extending the spine, it's extending up and back. So you might see that in an exercise like swan, where we're here on the mat and we're coming into extension, lifting the upper back and using the muscles of the upper back. And what this does is it helps to restore good posture and make sure that we avoid those forward shoulders, that crunching down on the digestive system, all of those things that are so common today. Extension is going to help to keep us in good posture and keep our spine healthy. And then lastly, there's rotation, which kind of speaks for itself, but it's extremely important to maintain in our body. So we're rotating side to side, and you'll find you may rotate one way easier than the other. And Pilates is going to help you to create balance and maintain balance in your spine and in your mobility. So I personally have scoliosis, so when I'm not doing Pilates, it's remarkable. I can rotate one way pretty well, and the other way, it's like I just get stuck. But when I'm doing Pilates regularly, I notice a huge difference, and therefore less pain, less tension in my jaw, all good things, right? Because the body is connected. So here in your workouts, you're going to not only build strength, you're also going to improve your flexibility in your range of motion and overall mobility. You're also going to breathe deeply to help you to improve your concentration, your focus, reduce stress. You are going to love the way Pilates makes you feel. I can't wait to go through this challenge with you. You can always ask questions along the way, and remember to be patient with yourself. Trust the process, and remember that each day all you have to do is show up just as you are, do the best you can, and keep moving forward. Okay, I'll see you on your mat soon.